Under the ethereal glow of the full moon, Sitio Lanit slumbers, the air alive with the chirping of crickets. Jonah ambles down the dusty path, her face etched with boredom. She pulls out her phone, a flicker of hope igniting in her eyes, only to be extinguished by the dreaded no-signal icon. The digital void mocks her, the silence of the night amplifying her solitude. She sighs, the sound swallowed by the vastness of the night, a whisper lost in the wilderness. Jonah stands alone, swallowed by the vast wilderness. She raises her phone, desperately seeking a flicker of signal in the desolate expanse. Her face contorts in frustration as the screen remains blank, mocking her isolation. Seriously? No signal out here? Jonah's voice cracks, echoing her mounting despair. Jonah lowers her phone, her shoulders slumping in defeat as she stares at the ground. Under the cloak of night at Sitio Lanit, Jonah begins to whistle a catchy tune, her melody breaking the silence. The pop tune dances through the air, its rhythm echoing in the stillness of the night. A smile graces Jonah's face as she revels in the sound of her own making, her expression pure and carefree. The night embraces her melody, as Jonah immerses herself in the simple joy of her song. In the quiet of Sitio Lanit, Jonah's whistle becomes a symphony of solitude and happiness. The atmosphere shifts, the air growing cold, as an unnatural silence descends. The cricket's cheerful chorus abruptly ceases, leaving an unsettling void in its wake. Trees stir with foreboding, rustling, as if sharing dark secrets. The wind whispers through the trees, carrying tales of unseen forces. An ominous shift in the natural world hints at an approaching darkness. The air grows heavy as Jonah's whistle fades, the change in atmosphere palpable. A sudden chill courses through me. Despite the humid air, the silence deepens, broken only by the rustling of leaves. The humid air now feels thick with unspoken tension. A sense of unease settles over Sitio Lanit, a whisper in the wind. The unseen presence grows stronger, a silent warning in the humid stillness. The silence of Sitio Lanit is broken by a distant, heavy hoofbeat. The sound grows louder, each clap echoing with increasing intensity. The rhythm suggests a weight far beyond that of a carabao. A sense of foreboding settles over the landscape as the unseen creature approaches. The heavy claps resonate, each beat a drum of suspense. The unseen presence dominates the atmosphere, promising something immense and unknown. Jonah pivots sharply, her gaze piercing the impenetrable blackness that surrounds her. The darkness remains silent, yet Jonah feels an invisible weight. An overwhelming sensation floods her senses. She battles the growing unease, her breath catching in her throat as she realizes she is not alone. Her heart pounds, a drumbeat in the silence, as the feeling of being watched intensifies. In the quiet of night, Jonah lies awake, her mind racing, haunted by the image of the dark path. The shadows dance around her room, each flicker a reminder of the ominous journey ahead. She closes her eyes, but the darkness behind her eyelids mirrors the path she dreads. Sleep eludes her, replaced by a relentless replay of the chilling scene. The weight of the unknown presses down on her, stealing her peace. Each creak of the house echoes the uncertainty that gnaws at her soul. In the ethereal dreamscape of her grandmother's house, Jonah wanders through thick, swirling mist. The familiar path twists eerily before her, beckoning her deeper into the dream. A monstrous figure emerges from the fog, its form a grotesque fusion of man and horse. Its eyes burn with an unholy red light, piercing the swirling mist. Its legs are bent backwards at unnatural angles, defying the laws of nature. Jonah stands frozen, fear gripping her heart as the monstrous figure looms closer. Absolute darkness engulfs everything, pressing in from all sides. A deep, guttural growl begins to stir in the abyss, barely audible at first. The growl intensifies, vibrating through the air, hinting at immense power. The darkness seems to pulse with the sound, a prelude to something monstrous. Out of the darkness, a voice echoes, ancient and commanding. "You called me." The darkness holds its breath, waiting, as the unseen presence acknowledges the summons. Within the ethereal realm of a dream, a tikbalang's malevolent grin flashes, its teeth elongated into grotesque points. A close-up reveals the chilling detail of the tikbalang's grin, each tooth a dagger in the darkness. The horrifying grin widens, promising untold terrors within the dreamscape. The dream sequence intensifies as the tikbalang's grin becomes the focal point of fear, its teeth gleaming with wicked intent. The air grows heavy, vibrating with the sound of galloping hooves as an unseen presence closes in. The sound intensifies, a prelude to a chilling declaration. From the darkness, a voice echoes, "Now you're mine." The unseen presence looms, its claim a haunting promise of capture. Jonah awakens abruptly, her scream shattering the night stillness. Nane rushes into the room, a bowl of salt clutched tightly in her trembling hands. She scatters salt with frantic determination, her silent Tagalog prayers filling the room. Her movements are filled with a desperate urgency as she throws salt at the windows. The air crackles with unspoken pleas as Nane continues her ritual, safeguarding her home. Inside the dimly lit hut, shadows flicker across the bamboo walls, casting an eerie glow. Her face etched with deep worry, Grandmother glares intensely at the young grandchild. Grandmother's voice rises with urgency. "You shouldn't have whistled. The tikbalang heard you." Her eyes widen. Grandmother warns, "You are marked." Jonah stands alone outside her grandmother's house, her face pale and drawn, betraying inner turmoil. Her grip tightens on the rosary, a silent plea for strength in the face of unseen horrors. She looks shaken, haunted by visions only she can see, as if the air itself whispers warnings. Clutching the rosary, she presses on, seeking solace and protection against the lurking shadows. Jonah travels by bus, her eyes glazed over as she stares into the distance. Her vacant stare betrays a deeper distress. Unsettling glances from fellow passengers intensify her solitude. The bus rumbles forward, carrying Jonah deeper into her silent ordeal. She remains still, oblivious to the city lights blurring past the window. Jonah sits alone in her apartment, the silence broken only by the distant hum of the city. City lights paint long shadows across the walls, deepening the gloom of her sleepless night. Restless, she shifts, unable to find solace or escape from her thoughts. The night outside is a mirror to the turmoil within her, each shadow a reflection of her unease. Sleep eludes her, leaving her stranded in the quiet desperation of the late hour. In the dimly lit apartment, shadows play across the walls as Jonah is absorbed in her book. Suddenly, Jonah freezes, her eyes widening in fear. A faint whistling sound pierces the silence from outside. Terror grips Jonah as the whistling grows louder. Inside her dimly lit apartment, Jonah cautiously moves toward the window, her silhouette framed against the dark pane. She pauses, peering intently into the abyss beyond, searching for any sign in the inky blackness. The darkness outside mirrors the uncertainty within her, each shadow a question mark. A shiver runs down her spine as the silence of the night whispers unknown possibilities. Lost in thought, Jonah remains at the window, a solitary figure against the vast, indifferent night. In the dead of night, a dark figure lurks across the street, its presence a disturbing enigma. The city's gloom shrouds the figure, obscuring its true form from prying eyes. A chilling silhouette takes shape, hinting at a monstrous transformation. The distorted silhouette of a horse's head flickers in the darkness, a harbinger of dread. A sense of unease settles over the city, as the figure's true nature remains shrouded in mystery. The night holds its breath, waiting for the figure to reveal its terrifying purpose. Jonah retreats from the window, her breath catching in ragged gasps. Panic tightens its grip as Jonah struggles to control her breathing. The room seems to shrink around her, amplifying her distress. Each shallow breath intensifies the rising tide of fear. Jonah's eyes widen, reflecting the terror gripping her heart. She stumbles backward, desperate to escape the unseen threat. Jonah whispers in fear, her voice barely audible in the unknown location. Her eyes widen in disbelief, a silent scream trapped within. "No, no, it can't be," she murmurs, her words a desperate plea against reality. Jonah's face contorts in horror as she refuses to accept the truth. Under the harsh glow of neon lights, a lone figure stands motionless. The city symphony traffic serents a constant backdrop to the figure's solitude. A piercing whistle shatters the urban noise, its echo bouncing off the towering skyscrapers. The whistle cuts through the night, momentarily silencing the cacophony. An echo of the whistle resonates between the buildings. Inside her apartment, Jonah clutches her head, her face a mask of pain. The sound of approaching hoofbeats grows louder, filling the room with dread. The thunderous sound intensifies, echoing like a stampede drawing near. The relentless hoofbeats pound closer, amplifying Jonah's agony. She writhes in anguish As the cacophony reaches its peak, Jonah's eyes cloud over, her gaze drifts away into the abyss. A slow, unsettling smile begins to crawl across Jonah's face. The smile widens, taking on an eerie quality that chills the air. A haunting melody escapes her lips as Jonah begins to whistle. The tune echoes with a dark familiarity, stirring forgotten memories. The melody is a chilling echo from Sitio Lani, a place best left forgotten.